What's the matter with Henry? One night, Henry was ready to take the flying kipper, but he was feeling ill. What's the matter with you, Henry? Asked Thomas. My boiler's grumbling. Maybe it's grumbling at you, teased Thomas. That's not funny, hissed Henry. You just don't care. As Edward was backing into his berth, he noticed that Henry was leaving a puddle of water behind. He was worried. The next morning, as Henry was just about to close his eyes after pulling the flying kipper, when the Fat Controller came to the sheds. Thomas, Percy, and Henry, I want you to collect some coal trucks and take them to the docks. Yes, sir, said Thomas and Percy together. Henry watched the two engines puff away. He didn't feel well. He didn't want to express his condition to the Fat Controller. Useful engines don't complain, he muttered. He was leaking water everywhere as he puffed towards the coaling plant. When Edward saw this, he was more worried than ever. As he was halfway along the line, Thomas and Percy overtook him. Hurry up, Henry, tooted Percy. I can't go any faster, Henry chuckled miserably. You're just being lazy, teased Thomas. No engine can understand my condition, said Henry to himself. By the time Thomas and Percy reached the coaling plant, they had a naughty plan. Please, sir, said Thomas, Henry wants to take more trucks. He is bigger, added Percy. The yard manager agreed. Meanwhile, Edward was just about to leave when he saw the Fat Controller and decided to talk to him. I'm worried about Henry, said Edward, and explained everything. Perhaps his tubes are leaking. You'd better check, said the Fat Controller. By the time Henry reached the coaling plant, Thomas and Percy had already left. Instead, a long line of trucks was there waiting for him. Why did Thomas and Percy leave me so many trucks? Moaned Henry. They know I'm not feeling well. You still had to take them, said the manager. Henry didn't say anything as he backed down onto the train and he pulled the train out of the coaling plant. He chuffed and puffed his long line of trucks to the docks. You can do it, Henry, encouraged his driver. But it was no use. Henry ground to a halt at Edward's station. Just then, Edward arrived. Are you all right, Henry? No, moaned Henry. I'm stuck. Edward's driver made arrangements with the station master for Boko to take over the passenger train, while Edward would help Henry to pull the long train to the docks. Oh, thank you, Edward, said Henry. Edward heaved his hardest as he pulled the train. Don't pull yourself too much, old boy, said his driver. Take it easy. Edward and Henry puffed into the docks. The Fat Controller was there. Well done, Edward. Thank you, sir. Then he spoke to Henry. You were brave, Henry. You aren't well, but you still tried to pull the heavy trucks. Thomas and Percy felt ashamed. We're sorry, Henry, said Thomas. We didn't think you were really sick, added Percy. The Fat Controller was not happy with Thomas and Percy's actions, and he ordered the two of them to get the train uncoupled and shunted away, while he ordered Edward to send Henry to the works. Soon Henry was mended and back at work. You're looking so much better, said Edward. Well, they mended my tubes, but they didn't even look at my brakes, my gauges, my squeaky wheels. Edward smiled. All in good time, Henry. Poor Henry.